When you think of legendary ocean travel, few vessels capture the imagination quite like the SS Normandie. This isn't your typical cruise ship review because, well, this magnificent vessel hasn't sailed the seas since 1942. But what a story it has to tell. The Normandie represents the absolute pinnacle of luxury ocean travel from a bygone era, and even though you can't book a cabin today, understanding what made this ship special gives us incredible insight into maritime history and luxury travel. The Normandie launched in 1935 as the flagship of the French line, and from day one, it was clear this wasn't just another ocean liner. With a gross tonnage of approximately 79,280 tons and stretching across 12 decks, this was a floating palace that could accommodate nearly 2,000 passengers. The ship operated primarily on the prestigious transatlantic route between Le Havre, France, and New York City, serving the wealthy elite who demanded nothing but the finest in ocean travel. What really set the Normandie apart was its Art Deco design philosophy that ran throughout every inch of the vessel. This wasn't just decoration for decoration's sake, it was a carefully crafted aesthetic that made passengers feel like they were staying in the world's most exclusive hotel rather than traveling on a ship. The French knew how to do luxury, and the Normandie was their masterpiece. The accommodations aboard the Normandie were nothing short of spectacular, especially considering this was the 1930s. The ship featured an impressive range of staterooms and suites that would make modern cruise passengers green with envy. First-class passengers enjoyed lavishly appointed cabins that showcased the finest Art Deco design elements of the era. These weren't your typical cramped ship quarters, but rather spacious rooms with rich wood paneling, elegant furnishings, and sophisticated lighting that created an atmosphere of understated luxury. The variety of accommodation options was impressive for its time. Single cabins provided comfortable quarters for solo travelers, while larger suites offered expansive living spaces complete with private salons where guests could entertain. The bed configurations ranged from twin setups to luxurious double arrangements, all outfitted with the finest linens and bedding available. What really made these rooms special were the thoughtful touches like advanced ventilation systems that kept passengers comfortable during long Atlantic crossings. Many of the cabins featured large portholes or windows that offered stunning ocean views, a crucial feature when you're spending several days at sea. The most exclusive suites even included private promenades, giving guests their own outdoor space to enjoy fresh sea air without mixing with other passengers. These premium accommodations came with exclusive access to first-class dining rooms and lounges, creating a ship-within-a-ship experience for those who could afford it. The dining experience aboard the Normandie was legendary, even by today's standards. This wasn't just about getting fed during a sea crossing, it was about experiencing French haute cuisine at its absolute finest. The ship's multiple dining venues were architectural marvels in their own right, with the Grand Salon serving as the crown jewel of maritime dining. Picture soaring ceilings, magnificent chandeliers, and elegant table settings that would make five-star restaurants jealous. The grill room offered a more intimate dining experience while still maintaining the same high standards of cuisine and service. The ship's chefs were renowned masters of their craft, preparing classic French dishes that passengers would remember for years after their voyage ended. We're talking about the kind of culinary excellence that defined fine dining in the 1930s, with presentation and flavor that set the standard for luxury ocean travel. What made the dining experience even more special was that meals were included in the first-class fare, so passengers could indulge without worrying about additional costs. The formal dress code added to the sophisticated atmosphere, with passengers dressing in their finest evening wear for dinner. Reservations were handled seamlessly by the ship's attentive staff, and the dining rooms could accommodate large numbers of guests without feeling crowded or rushed. Entertainment aboard the Normandie reflected the sophisticated tastes of its era, focusing on elegant social activities rather than the flashy shows we see on modern cruise ships. Live orchestras provided musical accompaniment for ballroom dancing, creating romantic evenings that passengers treasured. The ship's social events were carefully planned affairs that brought together interesting people from around the world, fostering connections and friendships that often lasted long after the voyage ended. Card rooms provided quieter entertainment for those who preferred more intimate gatherings, while the ship's libraries offered peaceful retreats for passengers who wanted to catch up on reading during their crossing. The promenades were perfect for leisurely strolls and conversations, with deck chairs positioned to take advantage of ocean views and fresh sea air. These weren't high-energy activities, but rather refined pursuits that matched the ship's elegant atmosphere. The lack of modern amenities like theaters, casinos, and nightclubs might seem limiting by today's standards, but passengers of the 1930s found plenty to keep themselves entertained. Social interaction was the primary form of entertainment, and the Normandie's design encouraged mingling and conversation in ways that created lasting memories for those lucky enough to experience it. Outdoor spaces on the Normandie were designed with elegance and comfort in mind, though they were quite different from what modern cruise passengers expect. The ship featured expansive promenades and sun decks that provided plenty of space for passengers to enjoy fresh ocean air and spectacular views. These areas were furnished with comfortable deck chairs and lounges where passengers could relax with a book or simply watch the Atlantic roll by. The outdoor design philosophy focused on providing peaceful retreats rather than active entertainment venues. There were no swimming pools or water slides, as these weren't standard features on ocean liners of the era. Instead, passengers enjoyed the simple pleasure of being at sea, with well-designed spaces that protected them from wind and weather while still allowing them to feel connected to the ocean environment. The sun decks were particularly popular during good weather, offering passengers the chance to work on their tans while enjoying the luxury of their surroundings. The ship's designers understood that outdoor time was essential for passenger well-being during long crossings, so they created multiple areas where people could find their perfect spot, whether they wanted full sun, partial shade, or complete protection from the elements. Wellness and spa services aboard the Normandie were quite different from what modern cruise passengers expect, mainly because the concept of dedicated spa facilities hadn't fully developed in the 1930s. The ship provided medical services through qualified on-board staff who could handle both routine health needs and emergency situations. This was particularly important during multi-day Atlantic crossings when passengers needed access to professional medical care. The focus on passenger well-being was more about creating a comfortable, stress-free environment rather than offering specific wellness programs or treatments. The ship's advanced design included features like superior ventilation systems and stabilizers that reduced motion sickness, helping passengers feel their best throughout the voyage. Fresh sea air and the relaxing rhythm of ocean travel were considered therapeutic in themselves. While there weren't fitness facilities in the modern sense, passengers stayed active through dancing, walking the promenades, and participating in social activities. The Normandie's approach to wellness was holistic, focusing on creating an environment where passengers could escape the stresses of daily life and truly relax during their Atlantic crossing. The Normandie's route was elegantly simple yet incredibly significant in the world of luxury travel. The ship operated primarily between Le Havre, France, and New York City, connecting two of the world's most sophisticated destinations. This wasn't about island hopping or multiple ports of call, but rather about providing the ultimate transportation experience between Europe and America. Le Havre served as the European gateway, allowing passengers easy access from Paris and other major French cities. The port facilities were designed to handle the Normandie's impressive size and the needs of its wealthy clientele. New York, of course, was the ultimate destination for many passengers, representing business opportunities, cultural experiences, and the excitement of America during the 1930s. Shore excursions weren't organized by the ship as they are today, instead passengers made their own arrangements through port agents or personal contacts. This independence allowed travelers to customize their experiences based on their individual interests and connections. The ship's role was to provide luxurious transportation, while passengers took responsibility for their land-based activities and accommodations. What truly set the Normandie apart from every other vessel of its era was its groundbreaking engineering and design innovations. This ship held the Blue Ribbon, the prestigious award for the fastest transatlantic crossing, proving that luxury and speed could coexist beautifully. The Normandie was the first ship to feature stabilizers and advanced hull design that provided both impressive speed and remarkable comfort for passengers. The Art Deco design wasn't just aesthetically pleasing, it represented a complete philosophy of modern luxury that influenced ship design for decades to come. Every detail, from the lighting fixtures to the furniture arrangements, was carefully planned to create a cohesive and sophisticated environment. The ship's architects and designers understood that they were creating more than transportation, they were crafting an experience that would define luxury ocean travel. For checking booking availability and prices at your desired dates, you can use the link in description. I hope this video was helpful. Give it thumbs up. Subscribe for more travel-related content. If you are not ready to book this cruise, you can watch our best cruises playlist and choose the best one for you. Thanks for watching.